Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I've got my hairdryer and I'm using paint and water combinations. I'm using a canvas that I've gessoed over, so I've prepared a canvas that I've already used before, but I don't want to keep that design, so I'm going to do a new design over the top. As I said, I'm using just paint and water. I'm using a brand by Amsterdam. It's just going to be rainbow colours, so I'll take you down so you can see the colours that I've chosen. But I do list all of my colours, all of my ratios and all of my consistencies in the description box below. I'm really excited to do this. I almost want like a black and white middle, and then each end of the canvas I want to do those rainbow colours, but I've split them into two batches. One batch is kind of the winter theme, another batch is a summer theme. So I want to combine those two on the ends, with the black and white in the middle. I've got an idea in my mind. Let's see if I can get that idea onto the canvas. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me today, and let's see what we can create. So these are all Royal Talens Amsterdam paints, and they're mixed with water only. So 1 part paint to 1 part water. I've got my titanium white and my lamp black, and then I've got an array of colours. One's winter themed, one's summer themed. Again, everything is just mixed with water, 1 part paint to 1 part water. So you can see here that I'm using a canvas that I previously painted on. I gessoed over the top of it to prepare it for more paint to go on top. So I'm just starting off with my background colour in the middle. And as I said, I wanted a black and white burst in the middle with the colours for the summer and the winter at either end. So I'm just starting off, I'm puddling the paints, the black and the white, one after the other on top of each other. And then I'm going to take my blow dryer and blow the paint across the centre. I'm just going to pop all the air bubbles first. This is a torch and it just pops those air bubbles before I start blowing the paint with my blow dryer. As always, my blow dryer is on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. If you want to see what hairdryer that I use and all my paint brands and consistencies and ratios, please be sure to expand the box that gives you a lot more information. That's the description box. It gives you the information on all the colours that I use and lots of hints and tips as well, so be sure to check that out. So I'm just taking my time to blow the paint from the centre to the outer edges. The side that I'm going to do the summer colours, I'm adding just a little bit more white on the edge. And then the side that I'm going to do the winter, I'm just going to add some more of the black on the edge. And then I'm just blowing the paint out a little bit further before I start puddling in my colours. Okay, so I'm really happy with that, and I'm just going to do 2 puddles, one each end, and then blow them out. And I'm going to show you how I do that now. So I'm just taking one colour at a time, placing the paint on top of the paint that we've already blown out, but nearer to the end of that canvas. And I'm going to do that again for the summer side. So the winter is on the left with that darker background, and the summer is on the right with that lighter background. And again, I'm just going to take one colour at a time and puddle those colours on top of each other. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm just going to move all my cups out of the way before I start with the blow dryer and to continue with the process. So I've cleared my workspace, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of the white to that outer edge in the summer section, and then just add a little bit more of the black on the outer edge in the winter section. By adding more paint in those areas will help the flow of paint overall when I go to blow it out. I'm just going to use my torch to pop any existing air bubbles. It's a butane torch, and I just go over the surface area of the paint just to pop any air bubbles that I can see. And those air bubbles are created because I mix my paints. So when you mix your paints, you're adding air into it. So now's the fun part. I'm going to take my blow dryer, and I'm just going to now blow the paint to the outer edges and into the corners. And then I'm going to have a look at the overall composition. What I'll do is I'll leave this with you now, and then I'll come back shortly to talk about the finishing part of the process. So before I finish this whole process and show you a closer look at the wet version, I'm just going to tweak certain areas. There's some corners that I feel that could do with some extra blowing with the hairdryer. And I'm going to just have a look at the surface area, just to ensure that there's not any visual puddles of paint left, because I want a consistent layer of paint over the top, because I want this to dry consistently. I've noticed some air bubbles, so I am just going to go over this piece one more time with my torch to pop any of those existing air bubbles. So I'm going to take you in now for a closer look at this wet version, and I just love the vibrancy of each end. I love that black and white in the middle, and then we kind of flow into those greens, those blues and those purples on the winter side, and then a very vibrant yellow, orange, pink and red on the summer side. And I do love how these really infuse together well, going from that black and white middle section and then those outer edges and those outer corners with this summer and the winter vibe. I'm going to let this dry and I'll take you in for a closer look at the dry version. So here we go, here's the dry version. Not much change, the vibrancy has remained, and that's going to have a gloss varnish. And I think I might keep this one, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to try this one. I've had so much fun. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, and I really appreciate all of your feedback. So drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this, and also let me know if you're going to try this too. And what other colours would you like me to do next time? So if I do a black and white middle, what colours shall I do on the outer edges? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.